Hi, I'm Varun Nair, Community Growth Marketer at Ampliz, and your host for the Startup Show, presented by Ampliz. In this show, you can hear founders share their startup experiences and learnings. So, for today, I'm here with yet another episode for a podcasting partner with a discussion with Alexis Snelling, founder of Life.cafe, which is guided action plan marketplace. She is an expert in building right team and also really good in product development and user experiences. Her biggest achievement was she was selected as one of 26 femtech CEOs from all over 450 leading tech companies by All Rise to attend TechCrunch and be matched with Wheezy. So, before we getting into the show, thank you, Alexis, for being part of the show and welcome to the Startup Show.
Thanks so much for having me. We're supercharged over here too.
I'm so excited to have you on the show. I'm so really appreciate for your time as well. So, shall we get started?
Yes, definitely. Let's dive in.
So, my first question is why Life.cafe and how it is solving the problem and what is Life.cafe?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, we started Life Cafe to help people achieve their goals in life. We saw that it can be very overwhelming. Either you don't have access to information you need, or the information you have access to is maybe biased or paid for by advertising and not necessarily the best thing for you. So we start, really figuring your way through the weeds on that and not being overwhelmed by
Okay.
the amount of information out there. We knew there had to be a better way. So we created Life Cafe.
Okay. So that's how the Life Cafe started.
That's how it started. That's the pain point. You could eliminate all those Excel spreadsheets and comparing everything that you need to learn how to do in life that you're searching on Google, and also looking at a lot of different opinions online. And
Okay.
instead, we create a more Zen
Uh-huh.
way, a structure for
Okay.
success.
Okay.
And that's really important with a guided action plan. It takes you step by step, baby steps, and gives you exactly what you need,
Uh-huh.
who you need to know, and what resources you need to connect with at each step to succeed.
So how is the process for Life.cafe?
Yeah, so as a user, you need to do something in life, and it sounds very large. It could be
Yes.
anything in life. So we have experts all around the world who are sharing their expertise,
Okay.
and you select a plan that's right for you,
Okay.
and you would begin step one, and it would walk you through what you need to know. You'll get tips and advice. It's really interactive, so it's touchscreen, it works on your phone. Everything was
Okay.
designed mobile first, so you can really have it on the go.
Okay.
And then you can also, as you go through each step, connect with local search results
Okay.
and vendors and experts to help you locally. So I could work with you from another country in another language. Our system translates languages as well. So it'll work
Okay.
anywhere in the world, but it will localize my search results so I could achieve my goals wherever I am at that moment.
The Life.cafe. So if you really have a demo to show to our community, that would be wonderful. Do you have any demo?
Absolutely. Yes, I'd love to. Yeah, we definitely want to make sure it speaks for itself here.
That
Share
sounds
that.
great.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you can just confirm that you are able to see.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, so this is Life Cafe, and I'm going to do a quick refresh so you can see when you first land on the page. This is when you go into the app.
Okay.
And right away, you'll see the card flip. So we have little triggers that are just subtly letting you know that these are interactive interfaces.
Uh-huh.
You can flip cards over, see who the authors are. There's a little description, and you can find the action plan that fits what you're looking for. And you can easily search here too. So if I wanted to do buying a home, there I put in buy, and then very quickly, you can pull that up. So I'm going to go into this one.
Okay.
And once you enter in to the buying a home plan, you'll see there are steps on the left-hand side. So it walks you through one step at a time. And then all of the interactive cards, which you can flip over any card and write notes. even videos. So if I have a note and an idea that I have, just like a Post-it, the user will be able to save everything in that spot. If videos play right there within, so that way you are not sending people to YouTube and getting them lost in the plethora of wonderful videos out there. You can really keep that Zen focus for guiding people through the steps, the tips, and information that they need. We also have that a really important read time, because you want to know when you're about to start something how long this is going to take. So that's something that is really helpful. This particular action plan was created by an expert who is in the mortgage industry, and she's actually put in some toolboxes that can be helpful to her customers at that step. And you can include information about yourselves. And one thing that's really important about our system is that everything is editable by the creator on demand right away. So if I'm the editor, which I am, I will see this purple icon here, and the gear is going to let me edit right there. And we call this X-ray mode. That way it looks exactly like it does. Nobody needs to have any coding or tech experience to be able to edit a card. I can say contact us now, and when I save it, it is live right now. So anyone who's on that plan is going to see it immediately. So giving that ease of the user being able to interact with the cards, and also the editor to not have to know any coding or feel overwhelmed about where to go or remember what chapter or section they were in. This is a really nice editor which we've created for our system. And the one other thing that I want to showcase, which is really, really unique, is as you get to a step, and let's say I'm in a different location. So I'm going to go home here for a second. Right now it's seeing that my GPS for the user is based in San Francisco. So I'm going to move it over here to Walnut Creek for a second, and then I'm going to go into one of my sections. And what I just did was change my location. So perhaps I'm out of town, or I'm buying a property in another country or another state. I can still find experts and local help based on my location. So it allows people to travel, move around, and always get those local resources that they need. And the way that they do that is the creator is able to put in these specialties at each step. And so now it will auto-populate worldwide local resources in that specialty based on that location that I've selected. And this is a really interesting part of the action plan, because it's very helpful to the user. It gives localized search results and applicability, as well as translating in other languages. So we can really start sharing ideas, information, and taking action no matter where we are in the world or who we are and what language we speak. And we're really proud of this, because this also generates, as people engage and like them to their favorites, I can go save any card to my favorites page, and then our system goes out and acquires those advertisers, and the action planner, whoever created the plan, is able to earn commissions on those ads worldwide. Even if their plan is free, they could still be generating income from it. And the very last part is, of course, people can sell their action plans, so they don't have to be free. They can put a price on it if some of their information is, let's say, the secret sauce info that they want to make sure is, sold and paid for it by the users.
So my question for you, Alexis, is like, if I am the editor, what will be my revenue I will be generating out of Life.cafe? Like you mentioned, like I post, right? So how I'm going to earn from it?
Yeah, so you connect to your Stripe account, either existing one or a new one, which is in our editor profile. We make it really easy for you to do that as well. And you can either offer the plan for free, which would be more of a referral funnel idea, where you have a freebie that leads into paid plans. And then you can charge whatever you would like. And the split, we don't make money unless you make money. We feel that's fair. And so 20% includes the platform fee and all of the management in our system, as well as the Stripe processing fees. So that is everything all in one spot. And again, you only get paid, we only get paid if you get paid.
Okay, so that's really nice. I love the concept. It's very clean. It's very straightforward. Like you don't see any jargons over there. So I love the concept, and that's why you are really good in product development and user experience.
Thank you.
So
Well,
it's
there's a lot of things we learn along the way, and I think you have to listen a lot.
yes, and that's really wonderful to see a product with some interesting concept. So, like you said, we can select it based on the regions or based on the locations, right? So
Yeah.
it's like I can select a topic and I can find the nearest person or the expert on that, and based on that, I can read the articles or the contents and sessions, and I can make it a paid version as well.
As well, yes,
Oh,
correct. You
clear as
got it.
that. So that's Life.cafe, and it was wonderful demo you had showed with us. So for more details, I'll leave the descriptions down below of Alexis and Life.cafe app, and she'll be really happy to give more insights and give more valuable suggestions or opinions, or you can always reach out to her anytime. So how do you evaluate the product market fit for Life.cafe?
Yeah, the it's interesting because we fall between a couple different boxes. Definitely, there's the edutainment or ed tech box where
Okay.
you are learning. You are definitely being guided through how to do things, but it's not traditional learning. It's not classes. It's more independent. It's automated, and so that puts us into more of an entertaining category, and
Okay.
that edutainment starts to go from ed tech into edutainment because it's
Okay.
fun. It's
Okay.
short, it's quick, similar to Twitter. We limit the information,
Okay.
kind of like a cliff notes, very short bits of information that you can flip through quickly. You could skip. I mean, our attention spans, as you know, are shortening
Getting
up.
shorter and shorter. Yes,
So
exactly.
we got to make sure that the way that we assimilate information is fun, entertaining, natural, and human, most of all.
Okay. So how it is replacing all the traditional processes which we are doing right now?
Yeah, it's replacing it in terms of expanding the market of topics
Okay.
and also reaching a whole new demographic of ways people learn
Okay.
and what learning is. And so we're really expanding that definition. So you learn from just talking to me, and hopefully other entrepreneurs are learning from this webinar right now.
Yes.
And that's really valuable. And that's why you do the show, and it helps so many people. So we take that type of interactive experiences, put it into the action plans. It's up to the creator to decide what that combination is for their audience, and really have a multimedia experience for them, so that we don't feel like we're always just sitting there passively listening to a lecture, but we can actually get in there and take action.
Okay. So it's like be in the show when you're watching it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So what are the go-to-market strategies you have planned, or what have you worked with? What are the channels, or what are the growth hacks you have worked right now?
Yeah, so for our grow to market strategy, when we launched, we made sure that we partnered with experts that had audiences that would definitely appreciate our product. And so we focused on Gen Z, we focused on millennials that are already living on their phone and very comfortable. This is part of their natural daily lifestyle. So
Okay.
that's one demographic. But
Mhm.
then we found watching our data, because
2, 1.
our go-to-market strategy really focus on Gen Z and millennial demographics, and so the behavioral interfaces that are really going to integrate into their daily lifestyle. And then we followed the data from there to see what their interests were. And that's how we're letting the system evolve and how we're going out looking for partners in the areas that they're looking to have guidance. And so we've seen so far in a very short period of time, it's definitely around mindfulness.
Okay.
So that mental health balance with work is an area that they're not feeling satisfied by the other alternatives out there, as well as starting a business and being an entrepreneur. There's a lot of growth in that area as well.
Yes.
But I'm sure we will see the data take us in many directions in the next few months.
Okay. So how long it's have been like you have started Life.cafe?
Yeah, so Life.cafe, we started in 2017,
Okay.
and then we launched in January of this past year, in 2019.
Okay. So all this time, what all growth hacks or go-to-market strategies worked and what failed?
Yeah, definitely. We originally started thinking in a wedding industry or things where there were a lot of steps would be what people would want. And in fact, what we saw was, quite the opposite. They want shorter plans, shorter amount of steps. They don't want so much information. And so that was a really interesting learning from our team, that everything could be broken up into more bite-sized pieces that really made it more accessible for the users.
Okay, that's wonderful. So, moving on to the next question, which is a bit of a very interesting question, because since you have been working on this from the last 2 years right now, so what was your funding experience till now? What was it for you right now?
It's a roller coaster. I mean, I think it's important that people are really honest about the funding experience. We could all
Yeah.
say, we had these great moments where somebody wrote the check and it got us going and we had a little bit of a runway. But I think, like most entrepreneurs right now, and a lot of the groups that I've been a part of, and I think it is important to get involved with entrepreneur groups that are raising, that are
Yes.
going through things at the same time, because it changes so quickly in terms of what investors are looking for and your product evolving, and then figuring out how to repackage and present that without changing directions, being true to who you are and what your mission was for the company. So I think that was probably the hardest part in the fundraising process. Our company didn't fit in one investor box or another. We were at one point in 3 different categories, truthfully. And so finding a way to really tell that story and who's the right investor for you. I think that was the real important learning we had, was not every investor is right for you, even if they want to write a check.
Yes, exactly. That's a very valid point you have pointed out there, because most of the entrepreneurs or most of the young entrepreneurs do a mistake of choosing the wrong investors at some point, and they fall into a very different problem. So it's a very true point you have mentioned. So how many people are working right now in Life.cafe right now?
So right now we have 4 core team members that are working full time, and then we also have 6 very involved advisors.
Oh, that's wonderful. So that's a bunch of like around 10 people out there.
Yeah.
That's great. So, what all technological productivity? How do you keep your productivity of your team? Do you use any particular kind of marketing tools or automation tools, or do you work with any tech stacks? So, what would be probably the tech stack you're using right now, and you're looking forward to work with?
Yeah, great question. We are 100% work remote company, so even the founders were spread out all over the country. So we had to be mobile from day one, and we knew that, and it was really important to us and our mission.
Okay.
So we keep it simple. And I would highly recommend that in the beginning, because we've gone through a lot of different processes, and by the time you learn one and realize it's not a good fit, sometimes it's just a waste of time. So we just use our Google Chat our
Okay.
shared Google Drive, our Google Docs. That way we can control access if we're updating and editing things for investors. The share links that we have out, we know they always do have a current version.
Okay.
So keeping it simple there. And we've been using Notion for just all of our different
Keeping the
departments,
work
and
process.
that's been really helpful for
It's
us.
one of my
But again,
favorite app, favorite SaaS-based product. I just love Notion so much.
yeah, yeah, that's what we've tried to not do too many extra things. On the marketing side, we definitely have also kept it very streamlined and tried to use as many automated services as possible. But we're still looking for our favorite marketing tool, so I don't want to give advice on something that I don't endorse yet.
Get your point. I totally can understand that. So, Alexis, that was really wonderful. Discussing about funding, discussing about different types of tech stack. And so, my next question for you, Alexis, will probably like how you're going to disrupt the other competitors out there. Since I saw something just similar, no, I can't say like similar, but yeah, somewhere there. So, how are you going to compete them in this competitive market right now?
Yeah, great question. So we are basically disrupting because of how easy it is to
Okay.
create and being able to put it in the hands of someone who is not tech savvy
Uh-huh.
and give them the confidence that they can get this up in a few minutes to
Yes.
create a plan,
Yes.
not a month of webinars and hours of tutorials explaining to them how to build, let's say, a traditional learning experience. And people want to do it from their phone, and they want to do it quick, and they want to keep it fun and social. So it's a totally different approach. It's kind of like TikTok for how-tos.
Oh, that's much more easier to understand. That's great. So, what are your next 6 months milestone you have kept in your mind?
Yes, so our milestones in the next 6 months, we are working on some joint ventures in Japan from when we
Uh-huh.
were presenting there at the Deloitte Innovation Summit. And so we are working towards that and really getting some international partners and really focused on creators. So definitely go to our website and go to the creator page and just sign up and
Uh-huh.
see how easy it really is.
Well,
We're very
definitely.
proud of
I
that.
think I have all the way or all the needs to do it since I'm doing a podcast show. I think I have a great value to do it. Definitely, I'll definitely check it out, Alexis. And
Yes, yes.
so that's your upcoming 6 months milestones ahead.
Yeah, those are the main ones.
Okay, so that was wonderful, and all the best wishes for your upcoming milestones and all the aspirations you have in the next 6 to 1 years ahead. So, moving on, this will be the last question. I don't want to, take your valuable time. So, this is a small piece of question for the young entrepreneurs out there, the emerging startups. What would be the top three best advices you would like to give to them?
Yeah, number one is get an A team. I mean, you want to have the best people around you. I see myself as the CEO, and this was mentored by my husband as well as CTO of our company and co-founder, is as a CEO, I'm at the bottom. I'm here to support everybody above me. So you want to have everyone around you just incredibly experienced, have a wide variety of backgrounds.
Okay.
And I think that's really important so that you can all see things from different angles.
Mhm.
So having someone not like yourself, but that you do work well with,
Yes.
that is super key. So I think the number one thing is within the team, you're going to have a lot of ups and downs
Okay.
and more downs than ups. And so you have to have a strong team that you can strategically problem solve, and each of you can really bring something to how you're going to get through those times. And the other thing I would say is if you're talking to people and you feel like you're convincing or over explaining,
Mhm.
just stop and go another way. You just need to find people who are understanding what you're about and who are really interested in helping. If you feel you're convincing more than the momentum or hitting that wall, you have to trust it. Don't keep hitting the wall. I think that's the definition of insanity. We keep doing the same thing expecting a different result. So some of that basic knowledge in life you need to also do as an entrepreneur so that you can gain momentum and not over frustrate yourself in an already challenging environment.
Okay. So that was Alexis Snelling for you. And thank you for the wonderful advices. And the first advice, I would rather say it's a very big challenge to build a team, right? Because thinking from a startup perspective, it's the hardest challenge. But yes, that's an advice because for any product to be developed or for anything you need to achieve, you need the right team for the right job. So thank you, Alexis. That was wonderful. 20 minutes with you and a wonderful startup you have created, Life.cafe. I would request everyone to try it out. I will leave the descriptions down in the link below. So please do check it out. And for any queries, for anything related to Life.cafe, you can reach out to Alexis, a wonderful woman. And thank you so much. It's been a very wonderful having you on this show. I really appreciate your time for being here. Uh, I would like to hear more and more stories from you. So this is not just one episode. We are going to wind it up. You are going to see this frequently every single day in your life. So we would like to hear more stories from you since there will be a big journey ahead of you. So thank you once again. So see you next time.
Thank you so much. We're very proud, and thank you for having us on and sharing it with you.
Thank you so much for that.